Are you serious? Are you seriously serious? Mike from around the world. We've got some new intel information. We're going to share it with you. Let me just say real quickly now, first of all, put out a shout right now for noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. If you're looking at that 401k you have and you need to diversify into some precious metals, I think a gold IRA for maybe 25% or 15% of what you have in a 401k might be a smart move. Look, get a hold of Colin Plume. It's a Christian company. They're family owned. Call him up Monday morning at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347 at www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Tell him Pastor Begley sent you. All right. Now, you guys, last night was an amazing night interview with Mike from around the world, and there were 67 salvations. But we want to roll the clock back a little bit to the week before, because on May the 20th, that Thursday night, 77 people were saved, and there was over 7,500 people at one point in attendance live. In that interview, there was a lot of things covered. Heidi spent 6 hours dissecting that 1 hour interview with Mike around the world. She researched everything we talked about and found phenomenal links that you can, which you'll be able to click on and go to find some information backing up what Mike was talking about. Very obscure information. But before for about the next 5 minutes here, explaining some of the earth changes will bring supernatural changes. This is very important. Let's listen to it now. This is Thursday night, May the 20th interview. The name of that broadcast was Prophecy, UFO, Aliens, Rubio, Mike from around the world, and Paul Begley. It was recorded on Thursday night, May 20th, 2021, and has been seen as of right now about 58,000 times on the archives. Here we go.
Just messed her whole world up. And that was something simple. She happened to witness, she had a knowing about the guy being truly dead, right? But she saw the guy, surprised, shocked, looking at himself, and he couldn't say a word. Well, she was in shock. It's messed her up to this very day. These people are taught that there's nothing spiritual. There's nothing, outside of us or anything like that.
Right.
I'll tell you something, Pastor Paul, that more and more people are going to experience the true reality. And I can tell you right now, they won't be able to take it. They're going to start breaking down. This will translate into very chaotic and violent activity in people. And this will just further upset the balance of things that we have in the world. It's really crumbling is what we see, because more and more of these events will happen as something else too. In every single case in the Word of God, when the earth goes through changes, it is a high spiritual manifestation time. Those are two things sometimes people don't often put together. Every time the world has a calamity or something calamitous happens in the world, people have more angelic encounters. People have more dreams.
That's
people
true.
Have everything starts happening. For example, in some of the old scrolls that are around this world that are greater than 3,000 years old, right before major geological happenings that killed only the Lord knows how many, they started seeing lights in the skies. People had visitation. People saw spirits. People started seeing their own, ancestors. People had experiences by way of dreams. Commonly, people share the same dream. I'll give you an example. In 2021, most people can agree out there, they have had a dream about water that came from nowhere.
Right.
Just about everybody out there has had a dream, a weird dream where they saw water. Water was the focal point of the dream, but it came from nowhere.
Right. Like tsunamis, like big tsunamis.
It could be tsunamis. It could be a trickle down a sidewalk, right? Then they look up and see the sky and there's some big wave. Just about everybody has had a dream like this. Well, guess what? Before the flood, it was recorded that people had dreams of seeing tree roots floating in the skies, right? Just about everybody started having these dreams, which was them underwater. They didn't know that.
Oh, I see.
Because the Lord has this consistent principle that right before he always tells people what he's about to do. He never hides it.
Yeah.
He doesn't shock us in surprise like Satan does. Satan will try to surprise us, not our Father. So everybody is a testament to a truth. It's just that when the world starts doing this self-interpretation thing, that's where they throw themselves off. And then they're frightened to talk about certain things, right? Some things are ludicrous, some things are not, but they're frightened to talk about certain things. Well, people have had experiences with these funny things in the sky, right? Lots of people have had person-to-person manifestations. I know you know this because governmental phone taps that existed right before they took them down. Anybody who talked on the phone about extraterrestrials, a dream, an experience, their communications were tapped. Anybody who if their communications were tapped because there were agencies trying to catch up to agencies is the problem within government. There are factions that are much higher than government in the United States, and they keep the balance of things that really nobody should know about. And that's how they operate that way. They're just you can call them a non-group, but they try to keep the balance of things, right? They control certain agendas. They do this on purpose.
Are we talking about the Alliance or?
But no, not that. These are individuals. They're all around the world actually, but they have a high interest in very ancient things, and they deal with ancient things all the time. It's not like a movie or something like that, right? That's what it's like. These guys they're actually people of faith. You'd be surprised to know they're people of faith. But they deal with things like that. They do. To my understanding, there's a lot of prayer involved. There's a lot of things involved. Do people like this group? Nope, but they know they need them because there's a barrier, right, that certain people fight to keep up. And humanity, as they become iniquitous, that barrier is coming down. And it's a very real barrier. It's not like something you can touch. It's a very real barrier. And these guys are somewhat charged to, they do what they do to keep that barrier up. Now, that may sound outlandish, but it will not in the days to come, because there will be cracks in the barrier due to iniquitous, people just thinking of everything. And if you notice, the character of mankind is changing to such a degree. All those things 5 years ago that we found offensive, they're normal.
So Mike now starts to talk about this spiritual barrier in this interview, and this was back on the 20th of May. He talks about people are going to be seeing, there'll be a lot of spiritual manifestations. There's going to be more angels seen. There's going to be more visions and dreams experienced. He says that lights have been seen in the sky. People have seen spirits. They've even met some of their ancestors. People are dreaming a lot about water episodes, water phenomenons. Before the flood ever happened, it was reported people were dreaming of tree roots. And get this, where did he get that? Because there's old ancient scripts, ancient tablets that have been found that have recorded stuff that's not even in the Bible, but we have it from civilizations, lost civilizations. So what Mike was doing, he was dropping some bombs. He was dropping some hints of things that were happening. What Heidi has done is taken that entire interview and has broke it down. Her and I together then give you a 58-minute presentation that is being uploaded right at this moment. Heidi's uploading it right now exclusively to Patreon, because the information in this is so unbelievable and so incredible that it's basically been hidden in plain sight, but she has dug it out over 6 or 7 hours of research. And Paula, if you're wondering how much money it is, it's $1. If you want to listen to it, it's only cost you $1. Okay. Some people, if you go to Patreon, if you're not a member of Patreon, you need to be one, because this is where all of the analyzation of the Mike from the World broadcasts are going to be put there exclusively. Because when you break down, Mike talks in riddles. He does it purposely to protect himself and us, because what we're allowed to say on YouTube and what we're not. So he and I have an understanding. We understand that. But it's to be able to put things on other platforms like my app, or documentaries or webinars or what have you, you got to have a way to do that. You got to have a way to get that done, hours of work and research and what have you, plus pay for locations to use it. We're going to use his for Patreon because it is the least expensive one that we can pull off right now. Some people give whatever you want to give to be a member of Patreon. Some people give $5 a month. Some people give $3 a month. Some people give $10 a month. Some people give more than that. Some people give $1 a month. It's what you want to give. So money is not an option. Money's not an issue when you're only talking about $1. So we want to help encourage on that because I know a lot of people don't understand that. And so I hope that helps Paula so she can get on board. Now, what I want to say is this. Heidi and I break this down. Heidi breaks it down, and then we bring you a full presentation of this. I want you to go and listen to it. I don't know if she's got it fully uploaded now or not. If she's uploading it when I went in here to put together this video to let you know about it. The information in this video that we just did, which is the info. Oh, you get more than just us telling you what we found. We give you all the links. Heidi provides for you on that Patreon video all the links that back up this interview from May 20th conversation with Mike from around the world. So this is hard work, really, to dig up what Mike's talking about. This is not easy. We do the work for you. And simply help us out by being a sponsor for us over at Patreon, okay? Because really, and let me just tell you another thing that you're doing. The Patreon, the cash flow that helps the ministry from Patreon, we all know, everybody already knows we give away the free Bibles and all the blankets to those that are very, very sick, and the prayer cloths and the chemo caps and all that. We help people in a lot of different areas. We don't tell all the stuff we do. We don't just talk about it, but we do a lot for other situations. And of course, our missionary work and everything else. But we try to use it, and it takes every bit of this or more. Actually, it actually takes a little more. But what we get that comes into Patreon is what pays the television bills, so that we're able to, our 30-minute television show is able to be in 44 million homes a week. Starting on June 20th, we're going on 12 million new homes. That makes 44 million homes a week. I was wrong the other night. I said that if only 1% out of 44 million people watch my program, I said that's 44,000 people. I was wrong. It's 440,000 is 1%. And on the networks I'm on, I'm averaging between 2 and 2.5%. So I have actually a higher rating for my broadcast than all the other major ministries. There's only one ministry that actually has a little bit higher rating than me. So, and it's not about the ratings. It's just letting you understand that program, The Coming Apocalypse, is very popular in the Christian world, and people want to know what's going on in these last days. But for us to do that, we use the Patreon funds to help that. By using that for that, it gives the rest of the support to help us in all those other areas that are so vitally important. But the Bible told me, God told me, go into all the world and preach the gospel. We're doing it on the internet, and we're certainly doing it on television as well, and we're going to continue to reach out. So please be a member of Patreon. Now, here's the deal. This is such a great breakdown. It's got a full PowerPoint presentation, plus Heidi and I are talking, and it has a full description and links only on Patreon. Thank you, Tara, for putting the link there. I want to say right now, many of you watching are already members. Many of you are, but there's still many who love listening to the Thursday night broadcasts when I'm interviewing Mike from the world. If you love the Thursday night broadcast, then you're going to love the analyzation of each show. So go check it out on Patreon. If it's not there when you get there, oh, by the way, we fixed the upload thing. You don't have to worry. They work. You click it right in the center of the screen. Click it, and then you'll hit it again. It might be in the center and then the corner, or sometimes it's the center and the center. But it takes 2 clicks. But once you do it, you're there. Watch it. It's about an hour. If it's is there a minimum on Patreon for membership? Yeah, $1. That's the minimum. If you want to give $5, that really helps us. If you want to give $10, that really helps us. If you want to give $3, it helps us. If you want to give $1, it helps us. And certainly, it's going to help you. God bless all of you. And now, when you go to Patreon, if the interview with me and Heidi together isn't there, let me just call Heidi right now. Oh, I don't have my phone. Hang on a second. Oh, I got an intercom system in here, so let me use it. Don't get mad at me because I'm just using it as an intercom. She's upstairs, I'm downstairs. Alexis, call Heidi. Don't get mad at me. I don't listen to Alexis, but it's a good intercom system. Alexis, call Heidi. Really? You're not going to. Alexis, drop in on Heidi. All right. Somebody go over to Patreon and look and see if it's up. Maybe I can. Give me 1 second. I just want to know if she got it up yet, if it's uploaded yet. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I should have had my phone down here with me, but I didn't. Let's see. Let's see if it's there yet. It was an hour. We recorded it. It took an hour to record it. So let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Okay. It requires a password. So Heidi gives you the password down here. Password for video is MFAW, Mike from Around the World. Really? Capitals, MAFW. That's the password? That's the video. Unbelievable. Why is there a password? She got that wrong? Oh no, that's it. Do I save this password? Well, I wouldn't save it because it's not going to be the same one each time, apparently. Here we go. So you have to you have to type a password in. The password is capital, all caps, MFAW. And she tells you password for video, MFAW. Okay, so then once you type in the password, then you hit it. And it should be ready.
Are you serious?
Okay, there it is. Okay, so then it works. Wow, I'm so sorry. That's never happened before. So they're messing with us. But thank you, Love and Obey. That is the password, MFAW. It works. Thank you, Alicia. So you go to Patreon, click on the middle of the screen, which is a white screen. It pops up. You need a password. Type it in all caps, MFAW, and then click the little arrow in the left-hand lower corner, and then it will play for you, or click whatever it tells you to click, and it will play, okay? Alexa didn't want to work for me for whatever reason over here. Alexis, what is the name of this thing? Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm tired. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Did you like my last two videos? Do you like the television show? The two olive trees. That was a fresh word from the Lord. I put a lot of work into that one, and I really want to bless people with the truth. And then the one I just did, Alexia. You don't even listen to me. This thing don't even work. You did. So anyway, I did a video on the Denmark. Wow. Check out both the videos I did already. And then if you want to watch this exclusive video that Heidi and I put together, the analysis of Mike Around the World. I love all you guys. Have a great evening. Are you serious? Are you saved? Jesus is coming soon. Are you serious?